Our second candidate for today is Foster Cummings, the PNM 2020 electoral candidate for the La Hoqueta Talparo constituency. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, and happy to be here.
You all right?
Yes, I'm great.
All right, nice. I know that you have engaged in several projects within the community. Tell us about them.
Well, let me just say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm really very excited to be involved in this election campaign. And I've, really been on the ground there, hit the road running, preparing to be the next member of parliament for La Hoqueta Talparo.
Right.
We've been engaged in particular in an agricultural project with the farmers of Waterfield and La Hoqueta. It's called the Grow Food Project. We assist farmers in revitalizing their dormant farms, plowing, rotavating, giving them planting material. We've offered some technical assistance to move some of them from traditional farming to smart farming, aquaculture, and so forth, aquaponics and hydroponics. And that's one of the major projects that we've been involved in. We're also looking at pushing that project into the rural districts. We are also involved in adult literacy programs, and involving some of the persons who have just come out of secondary school who were not so successful, and generally looking at the overall improvement of the infrastructure throughout the constituency. And that is what we're doing in La Hoqueta right now.
All right. So I know that in recent years, especially when the whole flooding and situation happened in the housing community of Greenvale, they would have been severely impacted and whatnot. But you've been also doing some work in Greenvale pre and post, well, pre-COVID as well as during COVID-19.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
Well, as you know, a lot of persons were affected severely by the pandemic, and some of them weren't able to work and so forth. And my campaign has been out there assisting families during this time. We continue to do that even now with food stuff and other support during this period that is challenging for them. And the work continues. We have also been assisting some persons who would be in need of wheelchairs and that sort of assistance. Yes, we are out there, assessing as we meet the need. We tend to treat it right away.
What would you say are some of the major needs of the community of La Hoqueta and Talparo?
I would say that there are some infrastructural requirements. In addition to that, a lot of persons need support in career guidance, and we have been doing that as well. Skills training, and that is what we look to for the future. Instead of persons just looking to the government for providing a job, we are directing persons in terms of entrepreneurship. You have a skill, how can we assist you in utilizing that skill to form your own business? And that really is an empowerment tool that we plan to use moving forward.
Okay, so tell me, how can the people of La Hoqueta and Talparo, how can they benefit from electing you for the next 5 years?
Well, I am the best choice.
Why?
I'm the best choice because I work 14-hour days.
14?
14-hour days, I'm committed to the representation, to affording proper representation, and they can connect with me. I have a background that they can relate to.
Right.
I came from very humble beginnings, started my own business, now a successful businessman, and I share my story with them. I used to be a market vendor at one point.
Right.
I sold in the market with my mother. She really, my parents really gave me the platform to be who I am today.
So that would tie into your Grow Foods project and all that. That's why you're so passionate about it.
Of course.
Tell me some of the places so far that you've actually that you've walked around in the community.
I've walked everywhere.
Everywhere in La Hoqueta and Talparo?
Everywhere. My campaign is a door-to-door campaign. Meet every constituent. Doesn't matter which party you support, doesn't matter what you look like. I'm meeting everyone one-on-one, asking you for your vote, selling my vision for the constituency. I've been everywhere.
I know that people, a lot of the candidates would say that they go everywhere, and you say the same thing, that you've been everywhere. In La Hoqueta, I know because I used to go there vacation almost every Java, July, August vacation, right? Yes. And I know that there are different phases in La Hoqueta, and there are different communities and housing schemes and all that, and they tend to have like high-rise buildings. They have different things that you visited every single door.
I have gone to
and it's not even August the 90th?
I have gone. I walk every day.
Okay.
Sometimes morning and evening. Sometimes all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I've walked phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've been to the classics. I'm going back to the classics on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I've walked in Greenville. I've been to Talparo, Monday Road, Todd's Road, Brazil, San Rafael, Mamoral. I've been throughout the constituency.
Yeah, marathon runner, but marathon walker. How has the response been when you've been walking around in the constituency?
It has been tremendous. I mean, even from people who are not traditional PNM supporters,
right.
There are a lot of persons who have expressed their support for the government because of the way they've handled the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, we are getting the support.
Fantastic. Tell me about the We Care Health Fair program.
Well, the thing is we want to promote healthy lifestyles. We want to encourage people to live healthy and, take care of yourself. So that we have done one fair before, and we have another coming up this weekend where we're going to Greenville, where we will be offering basic medical services to persons, but also counseling in terms of how do you live a healthy lifestyle? How do you, your diet, how do you eat, exercise, and those kinds of things. And that's what we do. Because if you want to represent people, you have to care about them.
Yeah.
And that's part of.
How important do you think the youth vote is in this particular constituency?
Extremely important. As a matter of fact, a lot of the persons involved in my campaign are young persons.
Okay.
And they move from community to community. Even the persons from, and it wasn't planned that way, but persons from La Hocketa, if they know that I'm going to Todd's Road, they'll just show up.
Okay.
And vice versa.
You're making sure they wear the mask and everything, right?
Mask up, and we on
and
the
social
road.
distancing and everything. All right, because we've been seeing lots of situations happening where it's not been very clear that the distance has been there and the masks have been there. So I want to make sure
As a matter of fact, we provide masks at every walk.
Okay.
And we have marshals to sort of keep people, encourage them in the social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's some sort of peer system, they will continue to remind them, listen, of the importance of.
Why did you choose to get into politics, into this public life?
Well, I have been involved in politics for the last 33 years of my life. I joined the PNM through the Youth League.
Mm-hmm.
I've held several national positions at the National Executive. I'm now the General Secretary of the PNM. So that I've been in the Senate for quite a while, for this term, and prior to that as a temporary senator. Mm-hmm. So public life is part of me. That's what I do. It's in my DNA.
All right. Well, I think that I want to get you across to the wheel. But before I do that, I want you to just tell the people, we ask everybody this at the end of the interview. Yes. And if I am undecided, if I am not sure who I want to vote for, and I'm living in Talparo or La Hocketa, tell me, convince me why I should vote for you.
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to make a decision based on what is best for the country. So you look at the country, you look at the options available. You have a statesman, Dr. Rowley, on the one hand, who has demonstrated he's able and capable of running the country and offering good governance. And then you have someone else who you had an opportunity to observe during 2010 and 2015, who made a mess of the country. So which would you choose?
But that's not you, though.
No,
I want you to tell me
I'm telling
why
you. Well, that's the first decision.
Okay.
And then you come to choosing a member of parliament for La Hocketa Talparo.
Right.
And you have someone who has a proven track record of service,
right,
who is committed to people, who is committed to rural development, because I am the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government. Mm-hmm. I have that experience, who is committed to moving young people from one position to a position of full attainment of your ambitions. And that is the kind of representative you want, who you can relate to, talk to, who is available, who you can look at and see, I can be like that person one day. And that is who I am, and that is what I will give to life.
All right, enough said. Let us head across to the wheel, sir, and let's see what you're really made of in this here streets. Come on.
This is the part.
This is the part, yeah. This is the part you was looking forward to the most, I know.
Part that I was. Let's see.
This here is where we separate the sheep from the goat, right? So we have 4 options here. Simple wheel. You spin the wheel, whichever one it lands on, we will take the next step after that. How about that?
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Cummings, spin that wheel.
Okay. Do I have a particular direction to spin?
However you feel comfortable spinning the wheel. Once you don't spin it off, we good.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Foster Cummings, the 2020 candidate for Talparo. Oh, come on. Talparo La Hocketa. Kaiso karaoke. Well, let me get... All right. Now, here's the thing, right?
Yes.
In the past, well, so far only one other person has
Still
and he's actually your colleague, Adrian Leons.
He sang a song here.
He did. He did. Now, I was giving him a song to sing, and he
Yes.
said, no, I will choose my own song. As such, you also get to choose your own songs. And you can give me a cappella verse and chorus. That's all I'm asking for. And when I say Kaiso, it doesn't have to be specifically like a calypso. Kaiso to me is the root of all of our music here in Trinidad and Tobago. So I want you to give me a local song. Verse
You
and
give
chorus.
me the song.
You want me to give you a song?
Yes, because you see, that's what I do. I allow people to
No.
realize their full potential.
Oh boy! Boy! All right. I'm trying to find an artist from La Hocketa Talparo. Now, the first person come to mind is Sasha.
That's okay.
But I feel like that gonna be a little biased now. Cause I feel like, I should give you a proper Kaiso.
Yeah, you can go way back if you wish.
Give me a Congo, man.
Oh gosh, this is so far back.
Oh gosh. Let me see, boy. All help me here.
I think I can do that.
You can do Congo, man?
I think I can do that.
Let me start. It starts with 2.
Yeah, go ahead. Start.
Right? 2 white women.
All right.
Right. 3, 4.
2 white women traveling through Africa
Africa.
find themselves in the hand of a cannibal headhunter. That's much
One
I
and
know.
eat one. It is so good.
He wanted more.
He want.
More.
He want. Bam,
more.
bam, bam. Where's the end of
I envy the Congo man.
Because
I wish it was me, I would have shake the hand. Eat until the stomach upset. And I never eat a white meat yet.
Come on, touch them, man. That's what we're talking about, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
you would vote for me if you didn't knock it about.
So I'm not telling you on public television who I am voting for. I don't even live in Paro, right? So, but I want to thank you very much for playing along.
It was a pleasure.
I want to thank you very much for coming on the show this morning and having the people meet you, because I think it's important that they meet the candidates that they have the option to vote for.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you and all the best on August the 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and come back with so much more in our morning show. Foster Cummings, the 2020 electoral candidate for the La Hocketa Talparo area, representing the People's National Movement.